Finally working. Oh my goodness, the internet's been playing up today. And maybe it still is. Hang on a sec. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. I'm not even sure that I'm on. And I cannot see. Let's give this a crack. All right. Can anyone? Okay. I can't see anything. I'm just going to start talking. I just had the best experience with a client who finally got it. The topic of this live is how you're creating your circumstances. And this client is somebody that I did a breakthrough with late last year, and she has had some monumental improvements in her life since then. And she's an incredibly intelligent woman, but she has been struggling a little bit with her weight and actually was putting weight on and getting really frustrated. And there's some massive, oh, people are on. Okay, so that's good. I've just realized. So the reason I'm so excited is she finally got it. And this is about how you're creating your circumstances in your life. I was listening to her talk, and I was reading some of the text messages that she had sent me, and I was thinking to myself, holy cow, this is just exactly the perfect example of creating your own reality. So she was, and I adore this girl. She has jumped in head first wholeheartedly. And so she was talking along the lines of some negative stuff, and I'm angry about my weight, and I can't budget, and I've put on 4 kilos, and I thought I'd lost 2. And then I was asking her some other questions, and her answers were along the lines of, why is this so hard? I don't want to put weight on. I don't want to feel lonely. Things aren't going right for me. And believe me, she was not whinging or complain. It was more like a frustration, the way that she was talking. She was so frustrated, and she's like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? I can't this, I don't that. And you've got to understand that you're creating your own reality just by what you're speaking and thinking. So by saying, I don't want to put weight on, I don't want to put weight on. So your subconscious mind, you doesn't hear negatives, so it doesn't hear the don't bit. So if you're saying, I don't want to put weight on, all it hears is, I want to put weight on. And guess what happens? You put weight on. And if you say, I don't want to make the same mistakes, or I always make the same mistake, like, you've got to be careful about those really broad generalizations. So all of a sudden she just went, shit, I'm actually creating this. And she got it. And so we talked about changing her languaging and what she believes. And because she didn't want to put weight on, and because she didn't want to be lonely, and because she didn't want certain things, that's exactly what she created. And she got it. And this is why I'm buzzing now, because she said to me, shit, if I said that I didn't want to put 1 kilo on, 1 more kilo on, so I put 4 on. She said, imagine if I flipped that to positive thinking, and I would create 4 times what I do want, as opposed to 4 times what I don't want. Are you following me? Maybe pop a like or a comment in, and if you've got an example about that. Although love hearts are prettier. And she just, in that moment, she got it, that what she was thinking. And I said to her, hallelujah. I said, you get what you obsess about. So if you're constantly obsessing about not having enough money, or constantly obsessing about your clothes not fitting you properly, or constantly obsessing about why didn't my ex love me? Like, I'm so wonderful. Why didn't my ex see how amazing I was? You're going to choose partners who never see the value in you if you don't see it in yourself. You're going to put weight on because you're obsessing about not putting weight on. You're going to make dumb choices financially because you're obsessing about not making mistakes. So why don't you turn it around? And this girl came up, like my client, I call her a girl. She's not a baby. She's about 35. And I said to her, so how powerful is it that you are getting exactly what you're obsessing about? And I went back through some notes during the breakthrough, and she spoke about things that she didn't want. Her languaging back then was a bit negative. She turned it around in just about every other area except for her weight. And she's like, shit, I need to start obsessing about being healthy and happy, and, you know, obsessing about being excited about shedding weight. That's the other thing when you want to get rid of weight. Using negatives is not good because it attracts negatives. So instead of saying, I don't want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, your subconscious mind doesn't like to lose anything, which is why it hangs on to shit, including weight. So if you say, I'm really excited about shedding this weight, I'm so excited about being a healthier version of myself. The other thing that was really interesting was that I said to her, whatever you're creating with yourself, you're creating with your child. So her child is 4 and just the most beautiful little human. And I said to her, you know, if you are keeping junk in the cupboard or the fridge, and you eat that, and you're giving that to your child, then your child is going to adopt these patterns of, you know, eating stuff with preservatives. And I'm not talking about being a complete angel and completely restrictive or anything, but whatever patterns and habits that you have with eating, spending money, choosing relationships, every area of your life, your kids pick it up. Whether you like it or not, they are sponges, and you learn what you live what you learn. So if a kid is living with a parent who eats emotionally, like feeds themselves when they're emotional, or drinks a glass of wine every night, or you know, a couple of bourbons every night, you know, they're learning that. They're learning those coping mechanisms. So the exciting part about today was that my client got that she's created the situation that she's in. And so she understood that logically up until today, but today she got it, that if it's that powerful that she can be 30, 40 kilos overweight, imagine what she can create when she starts obsessing about, like with her thoughts and changing all of her languaging to positive languaging. Imagine what she can. She said to me, oh my God, imagine what I can create now that I get this, that I'm going to change my languaging to more positive languaging. And I'm going to go home, and because what she had done was get rid of all the crap in her fridge and pantry for her, but she still had it for her child. And she admitted today, she said, you know, even though it wasn't there for me, I knew that I could go and get it. Like I would still go and eat my child's stuff because that was there. And I asked another client today, what's in your child's lunchbox? Because this little girl's got some allergies. And she said, well, I put the squishy yogurt thing in, you know, where they take the top off and they squeeze the yogurt into their mouth. And I put some little other snack bits and a muesli bar. We had a look at the sugar content and the colorings and preservatives in all of the things that were built, you know, that she built the lunchbox with. They were all touted as health foods, but this kid would have been pinging on sugar all day and then crashing in the afternoon and having behavioural issues and then not wanting to go to bed. So there's so much that you can do that can impact. And this is just one example around weight, okay? You watch this girl shred. The weight's going to fall off her now because she gets it. But it's the same in every other area of your life. If you say, I'm not good with money, or every time I make money, it disappears. Every time I get paid, the money goes. If you say that, you create it, whether you understand it or not. So inside of that, it might be that you probably get a fantastic paycheck or a mediocre paycheck, whatever you get. If you believe that every time the money comes in, it goes, you'll make choices during the week or during your pay cycle that will, you know, you might spend a bit more on takeaway than you normally would, or you might buy something on Afterpay and have, you know, the next 4 pays will be less because you bought something on Afterpay. Like, you won't think about it consciously, you just make unconscious decisions to be irresponsible with money, so that when the paycheck comes in, your subconscious mind goes, there you go, you said that money comes in and it goes straight out, so there you go, I made it happen. So it's about changing all of that around, okay, with positive thinking. I know it all sounds you know, airy-fairy, but it makes such a huge difference, and I'm really excited for this girl because she's going to create a whole new reality now. I hope you have a fantastic Saturday. I think, shit, I've gone over time. If you've got any questions about this, please flick me an inbox and we can have a chat about it, okay? Have a great weekend. Bye.